In order to do linear regression on your calculator, you're going to need your graphing calculator, so grab that now. And depending on how familiar you are with your calculator, you're also going to want to take some notes on what buttons you need to hit. The table shows us the winning times for the 1500 meter freestyle swim at the Olympics. If you notice, there's no times for 1916, 1940, and 1944. I wonder why. See if you can come up with the answer tomorrow in class. What we're going to do is use our calculator to calculate the line of best fit. So step one is to put this data into our calculator. To do that, we're going to need to enter this data as a list. So we're going to hit the Stat button, and the very first thing that pops up is Edit. So we're going to want to edit our lists. Now, depending on your calculator, you might have different things here. L1 should be your first list. If you have stuff entered into L1, scroll up to L1, hit Clear, and when you hit the down arrow, that information should disappear. We're going to put the years as L1. And we're going to put the time as L2. So the year is going to be our input value, and the time is going to be the output value. Input, output. If you notice, I don't have an L1 here, so I need to add L1. Your calculator might have L1 or L2. It just depends. To get L2, we're going to want to hit second 2. When I hit second 2, L2 pops up. When I hit enter, I have a whole bunch of information typed into L2. I'm going to clear that out also. So now L1 and L2 are clear. If I have some other lists in here, that's alright. I don't need those. I just need L1 and L2. So I'm going to enter all the dates, all the years into L1. Type in the year, hit enter. Type in the next year, hit enter. I'm going to hit pause, and I want you to hit pause also and enter in the rest of the years. If I count how many years I've entered, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So on my calculator, the last year, 1996, should be the 20th entry in list 1. Now into L2, I want to add in all the times. Enter in the time and hit enter. Hit pause and enter in the rest of the times. Again, I can check to make sure that I've entered in all my data by scrolling up to the last entry and making sure that it is the 20th entry in my list. Now that I have all my data entered into list 1 and list 2, I want to quit back to the home screen by hitting second mode, the quit. Now I'm going to create a scatter plot for this data. The calculator will create a good scatter plot. Above y equals is your stat plot. So I'm going to hit second y equals, and in plot 1 I want to turn on plot 1, and the type, I have a whole bunch of choices: scatter plot, histogram, box plot. I want the histogram, and I want my X list to be L1 and my Y list to be L2. Input, output, input, output. The mark is just what symbol I want to appear on my graph, either the open dot, a little plus sign, or a normal dot. This really doesn't matter unless you're graphing more than one scatter plot. I also want to turn off any other equations that I have on. So I'm going to hit y equals and clear out any equations that I have into my graphing editor. Now if I just hit zoom standard, I'm not going to see anything because the standard window goes from -10 to 10 and from -10 to positive 10. I want to change my window to see this data. So I'm going to hit the window button, and under x minimum, I want to put the smallest x value. Well, the smallest x value is 1908, so I want to go a little bit smaller than that to like 1900. And for my x max, I want to go a little bit bigger than my biggest x value. So my biggest x value is 1996, so I'm going to go to 2000. X scale, leave at 1. Y minimum, I want to type in my smallest x value, and I want to find my smallest x value and go a little bit smaller than that. So if I look, my smallest x value looks like it's 14.72. So maybe I'll start at 14. And my biggest x value is 22.81. So I'm going to go a little bit bigger than my biggest, maybe to 24. Now, instead of hitting zoom, I'm going to hit graph. I've set up my window, and now I'm going to hit graph. And I should see a scatter plot that looks a lot like this scatter plot. So what kind of correlation do I have for this data? Well, as x increases, my y decreases. So I have a negative correlation. Now I could find the line of best fit by hand, but the calculator will find the line of best fit for me. After I have my scatter plot done, I'm going to quit back to the home screen, and then I'm going to hit the Stat button, and I'm going to scroll over to Calculate. Now I have a whole bunch of different things that I can calculate, and the thing that I want to calculate is my linear regression. Linear regression is finding the line of best fit. If you notice, ax plus b. A is the slope of my line of best fit, and b is the y-intercept. So once I have linear regression highlighted, I'm going to hit enter, and then I need to tell the calculator which two lists to use for my x and my y. Well, if you remember, my x value, my x list was L1. So I'm going to hit second 1, comma, second 2. So this is my x value, this is my y, input, output. Notice that I did not hit alpha L followed by 1. If I hit alpha L followed by 1, that's not list 1, that's the number that's associated with L times 1. So I want to hit second 1 and second 2 to get L1 and L2. When I hit enter, here's the slope of my line, here's the y-intercept. This value, the R value, tells me how good of a line of best fit do I have. The closer this number is to 1, the closer the line comes to all the values. So a R value of 0.95 is actually pretty close to 1. So this line of best fit is pretty good for this data. So my A, my slope is going to be 0. And I want to round to 3 decimal places, 0.94. And my B value, my y-intercept, again I want to round to 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, is going to be 201.320. So the line of best fit is going to be, excuse me, my slope should be negative. Negative 0.094x plus 201.320. So the slope of this line is negative 0.094. What does the slope mean for this data? Well, for every year that goes by, the time decreases by about 1/10 of a second. Let's graph our line of best fit on our calculators along with our scatter plot. Once I have this information for my slope and my y-intercept, I'm going to go to y equals, and I'm going to type this equation in. Now I already have my plot 1 turned on, and I have my line of best fit entered into y1. When I hit graph, I should see that line of best fit coming close to all my data. Now I can use this line of best fit to predict the winning time for this year. If I hit the trace button, when I hit the trace button once, plot 1 pops up, and if I hit with my right and left arrows, I can go through all the years. Now to get onto my line of best fit, I need to hit the down arrow. When I hit the down arrow, I'm going to switch to the line of best fit. Now when I scroll left and right, I'm scrolling on the line. So I can type in the year, 2013. But it says invalid. When I quit, the reason I can't get to the year 2013 is because my window only goes to the year 2000. So I need to increase my maximum. And I'm also going to increase my minimum to make sure that I get all the way to my time. So now I'm going to hit graph again. And I can see my line of best fit. And this time when I hit trace, the first time I hit trace, I'm on my plot. And I can tell that I'm on my plot because it says plot 1. I'm on my scatter plot. When I hit the down arrow, I'm on my line of best fit. So if I hit trace, the down arrow, and then type in 2013, the winning time for 2013 is approximately 12.098. Now this says, use the line of best fit to find the year when the winning time will be 12 minutes. Well, if I use the line of best fit, if I type in the x value, my output will be the time. But if I want to find out what year the winning time will be 12 minutes, I need to put 12 in for y and solve for x. To solve for x, in this case, I'm going to take 12. I'm going to quit back to the home screen. 12 minus 201.320. And then I'm going to divide by negative 0.094. So in the year 2014, the winning time will be 12 minutes.